also known as the LinkDaddy. So pleased to meet you. It's been a while since we last spoke, but obviously we've worked together for a long time now. So how you doing, Tom? You okay?
So feeling good, doing well. Yeah, thanks for asking.
Sounds good. Whereabouts in the world are you at present?
I'm actually in Johannesburg. I was living in Russia for about 10 years, but decided to come here, and I love it here. Because, the company's in the US, so I earn US dollars, and of course the exchange rate to South African Rand is pretty good.
Yeah.
But the food here is really good. I mean, I've got a 4-bedroom house with a pool, double lock-up garage, pool table, huge bedrooms, $2,000 a month.
Right.
If I was in Australia or Dubai or something, I'd be paying way more than that. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Do you have any staff then in South Africa?
Any staff?
Yeah. Do you have any staff while you're there in South? Because we've got quite a few virtual assistants based in South Africa. They're good because they're English speaking, so it's quite good for VAs.
Yeah. No, I've got one Russian guy who lives in Georgia, and then I've got my partner who's South African, and then all the other staff are in the Philippines.
Right. Okay. Yeah. We've got some in the Philippines as well, so we try and have them all over the world if we can. We find this.
I mean, that's.
Go on, sorry.
Sorry. I was just going to say that's the good thing about having an online business. You can really be anywhere in the world. You're not location dependent. Yeah. Like I build fences. And I was only as good as my next fence. And I was stuck there. If I went somewhere else, I didn't make any money.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, you can be you can be based anywhere in the world as long as you've got a laptop and an internet connection. It's same with the staff as well. So you can charge Western rates, but then be paying third world type country kind of staff wages. As long as you still need to make certain you've got the right systems and processes and SOPs in place. But once they're in place, it makes it very easy to do and scale out.
That's true.
So anyway, let's start diving deep into LinkDaddy, and let's start going through some of the services. So to start with, for anyone who's going to be going through to your website, obviously you've got an array of different link building services. Can these be used for tier 1 backlinks, or are they only for tier 2 backlinks?
Well, actually both. Most people that order are using them as tier 1 backlinks because we have different types of services.
Yeah.
I think what kind of, as you know, I've been doing this for quite a while. 2015 I started.
Yeah.
And so now with the help of AI and various other things, we've really got our content dialed in. And so even though we automate the whole process, we can create unique, niche-relevant blog posts. And as a result, we've got a better than 70% indexing rate on the tier 1. When we create a tiered backlinking campaign, typically we have 3 tiers, and the tier 1 is linking to the person's, home page or their inner page or service page or product page or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, some of these questions I'm asking you, obviously I know the answer to because I've used your services for many years. It's just for the users to know whether they can use it direct to the money site or is it just for tier 2 purposes.
Yeah.
We use a lot of your services for different purposes. So some directly to money site, some for, let's say, image ranking, video ranking, GMB rankings and stuff like that. So there's many different reasons and different services of what we're ordering. But I just wanted the viewers to know that this can be used to power up your existing, let's say, homepage or your website, but also it can be used to power up guest posts and other platforms for like parasite SEO reasons and stuff like that. But going into it for a few different reasons of why someone might want to use some of your services, have you got a specific service that helps rank images in Google Image tab?
Well, I haven't designed a service to, and called it, image ranking.
Yeah.
I mean, what I've noticed is I do a lot of press releases. So when you do a press release and you're getting a press release into like Business Insider or Yahoo or something like that, they're quite powerful websites, and those images will tend to rank actually quite high in image search.
Yeah.
I can't say that, you would just order one of our backlinking campaigns and, your image is going to rank. I don't really know, but, with all of our backlinking services, if there's a URL that can be linked to, then we can link to it. What we don't know is, okay, how many campaigns would you need to do to actually rank an image? Because it kind of depends on the niche.
Yeah.
How competitive that niche is, how, popular that keyword is. You know what I mean? Like for example, a not well-known keyword, an image could rank really easily.
Yeah.
But if you were trying to rank an image for SEO services, that's going to take some doing. So then the person has to evaluate, well, is it really worth spending the amount of money that would be required to try and rank an image for that keyword? Is it really worth it? Like, what would be the return on the investment? So
if bear in mind, I'm going to move on to like video and GMB and other types of reasons why you'd use some of your services. But just specifically on the image ranking side of things, if you was to do, let's say, a press release, are you looking to link to the .jpg URL link, or are you just using the image and hoping via link inversion your website is stronger, that your image will rank on your own website, or you're embedding and putting the image via an iframe when you're putting it onto like the press release or the Web 2.0 backlinks? Is there any difference you're looking to do on that? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we could do some testing with this because you've brought up some pretty interesting ideas as far as iframing the image. Typically, when we're doing a press release, we're just uploading up to 3 images. Yeah. And depending on the site, will depend on how many images get used.
Yeah.
Usually when you're doing a press release, there's no linking from the image back to your website. It's more really for branding, like getting your logo up there in image search, you know what I mean? But if the person clicks on the image, it's then going to take them to Yahoo or Business Insider, and of course from there there'd be a link back to your website.
Yeah, because I know quite a few that they'll do. The only issue with that is the conversion rate optimization. If they're going clicking through to, let's say, Yahoo Finance or Business Insider, and it's that page that's ranking, that page isn't really built for conversion. Where if it's on your site and on your page, there's something in there. Obviously, the stronger the page on your website is, it's whichever, generally speaking, if there's the same image being used across the internet, whatever page is the strongest is normally the page that ranks for that image, right, even if it's not the original source. So there's times where you could end up using one of your images that might be doing okay, use it on Yahoo Finance, and even if you was ranking for that image, Yahoo Finance might take your rankings for that image now. So sometimes iframing and embedding the image is better than natively uploading it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you're working with press releases, there's no way. Well, I don't know. I mean, I haven't actually tested this, but I need to actually have a look to see if there was a way to put in an iframe, but I don't think so. But with the system that I use, we can put in a GMB iframe, and it'd be interesting to test that.
Yeah. So let's move on to video rankings then. So on these press releases or any of these do follow backlinks and stuff that you're providing, is anyone using any of your services specifically for video rankings? That's either in YouTube or also in Google. Like there's times where I've used many of your services over the years for video rankings where I've been ranking well in YouTube and I now want to try and get it in Google video carousel. But I just want you to try to explain, is there anyone doing anything doing well specifically for video rankings?
I can't say that I get a lot of orders for that. I was providing a video ranking service, which is really more for YouTube, and that was using logged in YouTube channels and 4G mobile proxies, and that would, rank videos really, really well. But that whole system became cost prohibitive. So really, if you want to rank a video in YouTube, you need views from logged in YouTube channels. That's how you rank a video in YouTube. Yeah. In Google, it really depends on the keyword. Because, like, for example, let's say you've created a video for Dooley's dental clinic in Miami, and you're trying to rank a video for, dental clinic or dentist Miami. It's impossible because Google doesn't see that keyword, dentist Miami, as a keyword relevant for video. Where videos can rank with backlinks is, searches or keywords that aren't quite well known or aren't, general terms, like everyday terms. Yeah. For example, Chris Palmer does quite well in ranking videos like CTR manipulation service. Well, that's not a typical term that most people would know, so it's not very competitive, but he's got quite a few videos ranking for that. Yeah. But if it's like a market level keyword like, dentist Miami or something like that, or roofing company Austin, there's no way you're going to get a video on page one.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. But so just onto the service that you stopped on the logged in YouTubes, was that just getting them to watch all the video, like and comment and stuff like that? Is that what they was doing?
This was a special system that was actually set up using 4G mobile proxies.
Yeah.
And we had thousands of YouTube channels.
Yeah.
With stored history, cache, the whole thing. So YouTube actually saw, so basically a keyword would get typed into YouTube, your video would then get found, it would then get clicked on, and 90% of the video, it varied every time so that there wasn't a kind of like a footprint, but at least 90% of the video was actually watched from a logged in YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I mean, these were real views. I even did a test where I monetized my channel, and because I was getting views, I had advertising and I was getting paid money,
Yeah.
But I had videos ranking all over the place. But using 4G mobile proxies, the price was just going up and up and up, because when you're watching, a 2 or 3 or 5 minute video, using a proxy, a 4G mobile proxy, the prices just go through the roof.
Yeah, it makes sense. So,
and then the other problem is the channels. Like YouTube was going crazy on just closing down. Like they kept improving their security, And so channels, were just getting wiped out. There was a constant battle of trying to create, real looking channels, develop some kind of history with the channel, and then it'd get nuked.
Yeah, we've touched upon there with regards to the video rankings. Right. And obviously you was using like 4G proxies for YouTube and stuff like that. Do you ever do anything with regards to backlinks and embeds to try and help rankings for ranking the video in Google?
Yes. I mean, that's how I actually started back in the day. I was creating YouTube channels and ranking the videos on page 1 of Google. And of course, to do that, you needed backlinks and you needed to embed the videos. Yeah. You can definitely do it, but it really does depend on the keyword. Yeah. If you're trying to rank a video for, Dentist Miami or Roofing Company Austin or something like that, I would say it's impossible.
Well, if there's already a video carousel there, how do you beat out the existing videos? There's already a video carousel in Google. How do you beat those ones out? Is that to do with CTR manipulation, or is that to do with embeds?
Yeah, I would say, in my opinion, it's a combination of backlinks, embeds, and CTR manipulation.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And if the CTR is coming from real YouTube channels, like actual logged-in YouTube channels, that would be even better. Yeah. Because Google would get, YouTube's going to give, or Google, because Google owns YouTube, is going to give more weight to a view coming from a logged-in YouTube channel that's got history. Yeah. That's actually a real account, So if you have a way of creating a lot of YouTube channels using, Session Splitter or something like that, Ghost Browser or whatever, and you built up a really big history with that channel, and you didn't do anything with those channels maybe for 6 months, and now you started to use those channels for CTR manipulation, then you could really do some damage.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What about GMB or Google Business Profile rankings? Is many people using your services for Google Business Profiles?
Yeah, I get a lot of orders. I came up with a strategy, and it's a combination of press releases and CTR. So where most people go wrong with press releases is they do one, and usually they do one for the main city. So if you take any major city, within the major city, there's smaller cities, okay? And of course, Google knows, well, this smaller city is part of the bigger city. Yep. So what I advise people to do is you do a press release for your particular service in small city A, right? The press release, we can add 3 images, we can embed the YouTube video, we can embed the Google map, and we can link out to 3 places on the website. And what I recommend is you do a press release every 25 days. The reason being is because a press release is duplicate content, so Google really doesn't have any interest in indexing, 500 news sites all with the same content. So the news sites understand this, and so after 30 days or 60 days, they will archive that content. So before they start to do that, you bring out another press release for location B, small city B. And then before that gets archived, you do it for small city C. What you end up with is permanent referring root domains from the news sites, which are trusted by Google. And of course, the number one ranking factor in Google is the number of unique referring domains linking back to a website. So that's your SEO strategy. The press releases will help with the branding. And typically I recommend you link out to the home page with naked URL anchor text, you link out to a service page with a keyword, link out to the contact page or quote page or book an appointment page. And then you have CTR. And where what I recommend is that you must use a combination of mainly branded keywords. And I always ask clients this question, if you're in Miami looking for a roofing company, or someone's in Miami, beg your pardon, if someone was in Miami looking for a roofing company and they go to Google Maps and they type in roofing company, what are they telling Google? And people will always say, well, they're looking for a roofing company. And I say, yes, that's true. But what they're really telling Google is, I don't know anyone.
Yeah.
So when they go to Google Maps and they type in Dooley's roofing service, that's a branded search. So Google, particularly with the algorithm updates, is very focused on brands. So when someone's typing in a brand in Google Maps, someone was referred to them, they got a business card, somehow they found out about this business name to be able to type in the brand name. Now, of course, this is location specific, because when we're doing CTR, we're picking this smaller city, we're taking a central location, we're creating random latitudes and longitudes from different points of that location, and we're using 4G mobile proxies. So we go to the browser and we type in, Dooley's roofing services, Bel Air, for example. So that's, brand plus location. So now it would make sense that people are searching for Dooley's roofing services in that location because they were just mentioned in the news.
Yeah.
See? So the press release is a logical reason why someone would now be typing in the brand in that location. And so with the way we do it, it's between 10 to 20 clicks. So because we're, putting in the brand, it will populate the Google map straight away. Then the map gets clicked on and we click through to the website and scroll up and down on the website for up to 2 minutes. That looks a lot more natural than if, a keyword was typed in, roofing company, Bel Air. I'm just, making up a city here. And now, you scroll through, 3 pages of Google Maps and go, oh, wow, I really like this company. I'm sure Google has stats on that and that would look totally fake.
Yeah.
But when it's a branded search, it's going to populate the map then gets clicked on. And so it's the combination of press releases and the CTR is what helps with ranking in the map. And because, brand is going to help increase the authority.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people gaming the system that Google is rewarding brands, because that's harder to fake. It's either a real brand or it isn't, So, yeah. And we have another service called...
With regards to the CTR, are you able to say what type of tool? Obviously, using 4G proxies, are you able to say what tool that you're using, what CTR tool?
Yeah, I use CTR Booster.
Yeah, Gary.
Yeah, that was originally created by Abbas Raji, and then Garrett actually bought that out and sort of made some improvements.
Yeah.
And so I, bought a lot of licenses. So I've got 40-something VPSs with that installed on.
Yeah.
And so we do a lot of those orders. And the only difference is there's the press release and the CTR is kind of like the basic service that I recommend to local businesses to do every 25 days. It's less than $200 a month.
Yeah.
And the only difference to that is Google Maps ranking, where we then actually create tier 1 blogs and we link out to 3 URLs, typically page or the location page, the share link and the CID link. So the CID link is the machine address in Google for the map. So we'll link out to those 3 URLs and we'll create a tier 1 campaign, niche relevant blogs with the map embedded. and we'll have those 10 branded keywords, one link will be on a blog post. So there's 400 blog posts, there'll be one link on each blog post, and we'll be linking out to randomly one of those URLs using up to 10 variations of the brand plus service plus location, brand plus location near me, these types of keywords as anchor text. And then once that tier one's created, we're then creating 5 additional campaigns to backlink those tier ones. And of course, the GMB is embedded in all of those blogs. So the Google Maps ranking is, backlinks and embeds, which includes CTR. So some people order the Google Maps ranking and the press release every month. And then because they've got the location pages, they would then use the Google Maps ranking to backlink each location page as well as doing the press release. So, but some people do that, and so they just go for the press release and CTR.
With regards to the press release and obviously the syndication that press release does, do you try to force index any of the URLs? And if so, what indexing tool are you using?
I don't use indexing tools. We've got our own system. And typically we don't index the press release links. I do a lot of press releases for LinkDaddy, and so I'm testing, backlinking press releases at the moment just to see if it helps move the needle. Typically press releases are no follow. So I'm doing some tests, but with our indexing system, it's a proprietary system. So whatever campaign we're doing, whether it's do follow SEO backlinks or keyword backlinks or Google Maps ranking, we only index the tier one, and we have a better than 70% indexing rate. And this is, the reason why we can say that is because we've done a case study of over 1,000 orders. So we've got an ongoing case study with, across multiple niches. And we're testing, okay, this is how many tier one links were created. We put them through the indexing system. This is how many we got indexed. We're using special proxies, Google tested proxies to make sure that they're indexed in Google. But in regards to the press release links, I don't try and index those. They will naturally index. Some of them will naturally index anyway. Google has no interest in indexing them all because it's duplicate content. So it will randomly choose different sites to display in the index, different press releases. But the SEO side of it, the SEO side is every 5 days, so that before they archive the content, the URL structure is going to change because the subject of the press release might change, or the location of where you're doing the press release for is going to change, but you end up with a permanent referring root domain. And that's the important thing. And of course, the press releases do help with branding and authority.
For sure. So back onto the away from the press release and onto like the Web 2s and the do follow backlinks and stuff like that of what you do. What software are you using? I know previously you'd use like Money Robot, but are you using like RankerX or SEO Autopilot, SEO Neo? Like, is there any specific tool you're using to manage all of these different platforms?
Well, I mainly use Money Robot. I've got, I've got 13 servers with, 260 VPSs or something. So I've got a lot of licenses of Money Robot, but I don't use Money Robot for content. I only use Money Robot to create the blog and to submit the content to, and to manage all of the tiered linking. I don't use their content. I've created a content system. And of course, I've been doing this for so long. I've got massive networks, and they're all niched. So like, if you come to me as a roofing company, I don't do a campaign for you and then I take a dentist and do the dentist on the same blog. I have, blogs themed for roofing, blogs themed for dentists, and so on.
Yeah.
Of course, back in the day, we had a lot of trouble getting the content indexed because I was using Money Robot content because I was a bit green. I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah. But now, with the help of AI and other tools, we're able to create nested spin tacks where we have readable titles, readable content. We're embedding up to 100 images, 100 videos, the Google map, and then where they get positioned on the page changes every time. So then Google sees this as unique content. This is the problem that most people have, that most service providers have, and the customers of those service providers, is they'll typically create one piece of content. Maybe they'll change the location or something like that, or change a keyword. Maybe they change the image.
Just carry on, expand on where you was at with regards to the backlinks.
Now, there have been tests done where if Google crawls it and knows the link's there, they might not index it, but they at least know it's there. So, but then, of course, other guys will say, well, if it's not indexed, it's absolutely useless. So, what I've noticed is, a lot of companies, even really big companies, link building companies, they will typically use the same content on different platforms. Maybe they change the image or something like that, but most of the posts are orphaned. And because it's duplicate content, it just doesn't get indexed. And of course, Money Robot links all of the blogs together in our category, like roofing or dentist or whatever. But as far as the content is concerned, we don't use it. We're using AI. We've got unique titles, and where we place the images and videos and the Google map, every page is different. So that's why we have a very successful indexing rate, which is more than 70%. But most of these other, creating blogs or whatever, their content just doesn't get indexed, and then people go out and spend money trying to index it, and it won't index because it's not unique content. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's great. So with regards to your different services then within LinkDaddy, I'm going to explain to the people viewing this a few things of where I personally enjoy acquiring some backlinks from yourself, not just for obviously they do follow the page rank distribution and the higher rankings of what it gives our money sites, but obviously as well, there's certain tricks and tips that you can do. So when you're doing and you're ordering a press release from Tony Peacock, or if you're ordering any of his do follow backlinks, the fact that you can include images and videos and a GMB embed, and you get do follow backlinks, there's so many different reasons of why this is worth doing as part of your search engine optimization strategies, right? But also on top of that, the content that you can get written, right, can also, if you've gone and won some awards, a lot of people don't take what they've got offline and put it online. If you've won some awards, you could be using a gig like with LinkDaddy that shout and scream about this award that you've won, right? You can connect that award that you've won with an author on your website, or the owner or a team member on your website. But what's that doing now? That's now ticking the box for EEAT signals, literally via using Tony Peacock signals, including the author and including the awards that they've won. Now you're ticking the box for EEAT. There's other many reasons of why you can be using, obviously, LinkDaddy services with regards to brand and reputation management or crisis management. So trying to get position number 2, position number 4, position number 6 and stuff like that, all the way down and cover that. So do you find anyone uses it for reputation management, Tony?
The honest answer is I don't know, because we have thousands of orders coming in, and I'm not checking every single order just to see what people are doing.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why people use us is because we have different services at different price points, but the services are also designed to control the different types of anchor text, whether it be, generic anchor text, naked URL, branded, long tails, this type of thing. That's one of the good things about LinkDaddy is, working out your anchor text, back to a specific page. Now, would that help with reputation management? Well, of course, press releases do. You've got to keep putting out press releases to keep promoting your brand. You could use our services. With reputation management, all you can really do is power up positive assets to move negative assets off page one. So, you could use our business listing backlinks and put together a list of all of your positive assets, and we take all of those links and we spin them throughout the content, and we do 2 campaigns, and then there would be backlinks coming from tier 3, tier 2, tier 1 back to those positive assets. It would just be a matter of how many campaigns you needed to do to move them up to push the others off. And then there would be some other accounts like Crunchbase and Facebook. There are specific platforms that will rank really well, and they could be powered up even further to push off the negative stuff. So, you could use our services for that. It's just a matter of having a strategy and understanding what you're trying to do.
Yeah, for sure. Another great way that we've been doing, I'm giving a bit of a knowledge bomb here, is the minute we go and do a Google News article, right? The minute we send that new Google News article out there, and we go and do one of your virality campaigns, so we go and get 200 do follow backlinks through to that article, Google sees that this is going viral, and it ends up getting into top stories and also into Google Discovery. Now, we do social signals and CTR with it as well, but getting the social signals, the CTR, and your do follow backlinks, once you get one of those Google News articles in Google Discovery, wow, the traffic that you can get and pick up from there is incredible. So I'm just trying to show a few different ways of, instead of it just being you get do follow backlinks, if you it's with your own imagination with what you can do, you can tick the boxes for EEAT. Yes, you can get the page rank from the do follows. You can rank images, you can rank videos, you can rank GMBs. There's so many different ways of how you can rank the Google News articles, of how you can be maximizing and making the most out of the backlinks that they're doing. Because sometimes people might look at it and go, I don't know if I can afford link building this month. Well, it's the most important factor. And if anything, it's become more important. The fact that AI now has grown, what's the main differentiator factor between your AI content and their AI content? It's those votes with regards to backlinks. So if anyone's looking to purchase any of your services, where can they go to, Tony?
Well, you can visit linkdaddy.com. You can see all of our services, backlink services, and then other services. We also do advanced schema markup and that kind of thing, CTR manipulation, press release distribution, but there's also our backlink services. Yep. You can book a call with me. You can email me, tony@linkdaddy.com. Hey, Tony, can you have a look at my site and make a recommendation as to what I need to order? I'll get back to you with some suggestions. I typically use Ahrefs as the tool to check a website and to look at its backlink profile and that kind of thing. Or if you're on Trustpilot, you can go to Trustpilot, search for LinkDaddy, check out our reviews, and either way, there'll be a way to get back to me or to our services.
If someone's uncertain, let's say they're ranking middle of page 1 and they're uncertain what's needed, do you recommend that they just start buying the different services, or do you recommend that they book a call and you can put some sort of strategy together to say, I would recommend a press release followed by the CTR, followed by doing some, let's say, citations, or do follow backlinks, or whatever else that it is, the services that you do? Would you recommend for them to book the call with you so you can set up a strategy for them?
Yep, many people do that. They book a call like on my Calendly, and then I show them and we talk about, what the plan is. We also provide a done-for-you service because a lot of people just don't have time. So we provide a free service. The only commitment is it's done for 3 months. It's a minimum of $500 a month. So the guy could come to our website and order himself, but he's got to work out what to order, when, and fill out the forms. But a lot of people say, you know what, here's the $500, do it for me. And or people are emailing me and saying, hey, can you check out this website? What do I need to order? And we make a few suggestions. So we're here to provide a service. We're here to help people. We're not here just to make a buck. We actually want to help our customers, or potential customers.
Yeah, sounds good. So if anyone who's watching this, I highly recommend the LinkDaddy services. Tony Peacock is a great guy. We've worked together for a long time, like you said, for many different reasons on our side, whether it's for rank and rent purposes, local SEO, affiliate websites, helping ranking images, videos, GMBs, actually us helping to get in Google News, and many other reasons to get that anchor text diversity, build up that referring domain count, and just try and get that link type diversity out there. So some people still like obviously buying a lot of like guest posts and link inserts and maybe PBN links and stuff like that. But having this blended mix of all these different referring domains, in my opinion, is what your backlink profile should look like. So, Tony, it's been an absolute pleasure. And
thanks, James.
Hope to get you on again soon. And for anyone, again, checking out his services, it's linkdaddy.com. And yeah, peace.